Hey guys, Jay here. Happy Sunday night. Sorry, late video. I was out. My sister and my brother-in-law were up here today, and but I talked to my mom last night and asked her if it was all right if I went to church for a little bit this morning. And she said it was up to me. She wasn't going to be up anyway. And I said, yeah, well, you said that last time too, and about break your neck. I said, I'll be home by 10. So I went. That's the first time I've been there since my dad passed. I've been there, well, around 3 o'clock in the morning prepping lasagna and stuff for the food truck, but no, I ain't there. I mean, everybody hugging me, kissing me, shaking my hand, giving me a hug, telling me a story about my loss and everything, which was nice because those people are all my friends too. Like I said, I go there, we have a good time. But with everything that happened, I haven't been there that much. Like I said, Jacob died. My dog. He was my best friend for, 13 years. Laid beside me. Big old pit chocolate lab mix. So the last time, and what was it, 3 weeks later, I lose my dad. So everything's just, a bundle of not happiness. So, but what happened was, usually we do benefits and stuff for Easter, and we get Easter baskets for all the little kids up in the homeless shelter and stuff, and we donate hams to the homeless shelter so they can cook ham, or everything they need for a ham dinner for Easter. And then the church, the women cook in there. I don't mean to sound like derogatory, but the women come in, they make the ham and stuff. Usually I'll cook with them, but for the older people and stuff. So the younger people at the church will plate or make the meals in the to-go containers, and they'll deliver them to the elderly people that's not able to go to their home. But my mom asked me today if I was going to make ham dinner. Oh wait, before I get to that, but like I said, we used to have fundraisers. I used to take the food truck up. We'd have bake sales. Jay would bake pineapple upside down cakes, brownies, cupcakes, and everybody else would bake stuff, and we just opened the food truck up, and every dime we got went towards Easter and whatever else we could use it for. And like I said, when I fly for Ed, when he buys an airplane or something somewhere that I gotta fly with him to pick it up and fly it back to Winter Haven, Florida, it's usually under a ferry permit. But I can't charge to do flying anymore because I lost my my commercial license because I was an idiot, dumbass. So I got a DUI. So I screwed my life up by that. And that was, almost 30 years ago? It was more than 30 years ago. So when I do it for him, he'll make a check out to the church or the ASPCA or wherever I want it to go. And that's it. So it's a way of helping out also. Plus, I don't mind flying. I love flying. But anyway, past that. And Melody, yeah, what I told you about that helicopter? The rotor blades on the 206 Bell are not stable. They're not locked in one place. So if you get negative G's, you're alright because the blades are going to tip up. or no, I'm mistaken, positive G's. But if you pull up and push over real quick in it, the blades are going to fold down, and that's going to cut the tail off. Well, from what I seen, that rotor head was still spinning, coming down to the ground. So the transmission wasn't locked up. If that thing was still spinning, it wouldn't have been, well, it wouldn't have been spinning like that if the tranny locked up on it. So something happened where the blades come down and cut the tail off, and those blades are spinning at how many RPMs. So it don't take much to knock both of them off and take the tail with it. I mean, it's a sad situation. Accidents happen. But like I said, I've flown since I was 17 years old. And I still, like I said, every time I'm in an aircraft or something, I love going out down over the beach line and everything, but as the pilot, you always got to be looking for a place to land. And in a helicopter, like I said, if your engine flames out or something, you ought to rotate in, but you find a place to land. Now, if he'd have lost the engine like that up there, with them floats on that thing, he could have auto-rotated right into the river. Or the Hudson, yeah, but no, he had a catastrophic failure, and I mean, there was no saving that. But, okay, moving on. My mom asked me if I was going to make ham dinner for Thanksgiving, Easter. And I told her no. And she said, well, why not? Ham was my dad's favorite meal. He loved ham. He made me make him Bruce's yams into sweet potatoes with butter and brown sugar. He made me cut him a big slab of ham, because I also had mashed potatoes, gravy, and corn with it. But he would make me put his yams in a bowl. So he would cut his ham up, put it on his fork, and dip it in the yams. He smashed the yams up like make it into some kind of soup or something, I don't know. But he loved them. I mean, that guy would eat ham and sweet potatoes like crazy. But I just didn't feel like, I don't know. I told my mom, I said, he's not here anymore. Mom, I said, I don't want to. She said, well, I am. I said, you're right, you are. I said, if that's what you want, then that's what I'll make. She knows I don't eat. I get so tired when I'm cooking. I get so tired looking at this stuff. I don't want to eat. I just want to sit down, have a cigarette, relax, maybe smoke some weed, snort some coke. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no, I don't know. Like I said, I don't. He's not here, and it didn't feel right to me. But she's right. She is. If that's what she wants, that's what I give her. But I said, other than that, she's feeling better now, and I said, I make sure she got food, her drink, and everything to take her medication, and go on from there. But my sister and my brother-in-law were up here, and they borrowed my small trailer. So my sister texted me, I'm in the same damn house. I don't know why she just didn't walk up to me and say, hey. But she texted me and said, can we borrow your trailer? And I wrote back, nope. She don't know how to take me anymore, because I've been in really bad moods. And she wrote back, okay, I'm sorry for asking. And I wrote back, I said, I'm just kidding you, dimwit. You know where it's at. Take it. But, yeah, they took it. But they're having a big dinner down at their house for Easter. But they got money, so they have friends that have money that go there. I went to one dinner with them with their friends. There's no sense of humor, no nothing. And it's just like, they're talking business, talking this, talking that. Now I know if I went to her dinner, because she's going to have, she say, ham, turkey, we're going to have snow crab legs, all kinds of shit. She said, well, you're welcome to come down, you and Mom. I said, I ain't coming down there with all them uppity-ups. She said, well, it's up to you. I say, sis, when they look at me and say, can you please pass the gray poop on? Oh, yeah, wait a minute till I pull my pants down, I'll shit on your head. There's your poop on. Can you please pass the caviar? Well, I put that in a Ziploc bag and froze it for a fish bait. Yeah, screw that shit. Hang out with them yuppity-up idiots. He said, I got my dad's personality. And he'd like to have fun, and so do I. I'm not going to sit there and pretend I'm something I'm not. Like I said, my sister and my brother-in-law have money. I have money. That's what they said about, well, why don't you go out and buy a new truck? For what? Why the hell would I go out and buy a new truck? I got a 2016 F-150. It's only got 43,000 miles on it. And it runs fine. I had a couple of small problems with it. Well, one, the intake, but I work on it myself. I fix it myself. But the problem is with buying a new one, it's nice and new, it smells good inside and everything else, until you get something in the mail that says your first payment due by this date. Then the newness wears off. You're like, I can't believe I bought this son of a bitch. I got to be paying for it for the next 7 years. Yeah, my shit's paid for. I don't need no more payments. So I told my dad before he passed that that'll be the last vehicle I ever own. As long as I can get from point A to point B and back to point A, I'm fine. He said, you can have all the money you want to. And like I said, I got money. Sister has money. I got money because I don't spend anything. I don't go anywhere. But you can't replace happiness with a dollar bill or any amount of money. So it is what it is. I could have a roll of $100 bills back here with $5,000. You know what it means to me? Nothing. Because my dad ain't here anymore. And my mother's pretty much frugal. We all were the same. Me and my dad and my mom. We're frugal. We don't buy anything that we don't need. Or waste money on stupid shit. So, but that's what I told my sister about that trailer. She borrowed it, then my mom said that Ed was looking at one, they were going to buy one off somebody. So I texted my sister, I said, why the hell would you buy a trailer when you can use that one anytime you want? And she said, because Ed knows a guy passed away, and he bought one, and he'd probably get it dirt cheap. I said, how about you use mine? I pay everything for the plates and everything. And dirt cheap is free. You take it whenever you want. So she wrote back, she said, you're right. She said, well, See, with the HOA down here, we couldn't put one in the yard anyway. So they live in one of them HOA neighborhoods. Screw that shit. Somebody coming in here and tell you what color you can paint your house, whether you can put a flagpole up, blah, 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 blah. I'd be like, listen, asshole, I bought the fucking property. The house belongs to me. The fuck away from me before I rip your head off. But the problem with them is the HOA can fine you every day. I don't believe in that. That's like a miniature government. Taxing and taxing and taxing. You paid for the property, you paid for the house, you paid the taxes on the house, you're paying your property taxes. You shouldn't have some little bald asshole riding up to you on a golf cart saying, you can't put that there. Yeah, right. I see him do that to Jay. But, no, I don't know. Like I said, been a long day. But, yeah, that Jimmy Smith video I watched yesterday cracked me up. I don't care if he uses my voice in them, because it's me going after Chris, calling him a lazy MFer, get a effing job, blah, 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 which is true. How are you supposed to support a family living in the woods under a bunch of sticks with tarps over it, and you ain't making any money? It's going to be a sad day in hell for him if he is the dad of that child, because Holly's going to tear him down to nothing. Child support through the yin yang, he'll be done. But I don't know. Alright guys, we'll see what happens. I gotta get done here and get a shower, get cleaned up, and might shave my head tomorrow. Not shave it bald, but just take his hair off, his long hair. Getting hot down here again. But I don't know. Like I said, it's just a lot for me to deal with right now, and it's hard for me. It's harder for me than the rest of my family. Now my uncles and stuff, no, they're still grieving over my dad. That was their oldest brother. He went to Vietnam, like you said. I lived in Bridgeport and Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, and they said they got the thing that he was coming home. So they were all sitting outside waiting for a bus to pull up. Here, the bus dropped him off at the lower road, so he had his big old green duffel bag, and he had his uniform on, and he walked up on him. Like I said, he don't like talking about that shit. I don't blame him. But I don't know. Like I said, I miss him. And I'm gonna miss it. Till the day I croak off. Like I said, I got the same routine. I get up in the morning. It's still dark, but I open the blinds, turn the light on, turn the TV on. His urn's right there, and I said, "Good morning, Dad." Like I said, everything May 8th for him for the military. At the military cemetery. And I don't want to go. Mom said, "You have to go." And I said, "I don't want to go. He's right here. Why would I want to go up there and relive something else?" So, that's up to me. I'm a grown-ass man. If I don't want to go, I'm not going to go. But they're supposed to have color guard and all of that. Supposed to get a flag. He's gone. He's right here in an urn. All that bullshit ain't gonna change anything, so I'm not even gonna deal with it. So. Alright guys, so I'm gonna get going. I love you all and thank you all for all your support and everything. And yeah, half of you, I don't even know if you were on here when my dog died. That damn near killed me. Well, they got him put to sleep, but... Alright guys, so I'm gonna get going. Love you all, God bless. Please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to damn like button, Betty. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.